So here we have a 2021 Genesis G90 all-wheel drive. This one comes in the ultimate trim level in that beautiful Vik Black on beige with brown perforated leather interior. Of course, the powertrain consists of a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, and that's mated to a 8-speed automatic transmission, and that gets you 420 horsepower. So as we get to the front end here, very beautiful grille, LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights. And this G90 has the 19-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And there are the controls for your memory seats, power windows, power mirrors, power door locks. And you also have power folding mirrors as well, which you can have set to auto, or you can open and close them yourself. And you can see the blind spot monitors in those. We have a nice 17-speaker Lexicon sound system. Safety features over here. Power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And I believe it's a 22-way power driver's seat with power lumbar support. This here is really nice. I'm about to check this out. The rear seat here. So really great legroom here. And watch this. We have dual rear power seats back here. And I mean, this is incredible. I'm 6'3". I probably have about 2 inches of headspace. And then I can adjust the seat forward and back, as well as the headrest and the seat back. That is so awesome. And there's a view of the front seat from back here. Now check this out. Here we have our rear AC controls. We have the rear entertainment controls. You have 3-stage heated and cooled seats for the back. And then you even have your rear power blind there. And then to turn the screens on, hit that button right there for either side. And then you can kind of toggle all of that, what mode you want. I mean, this is just awesome. Have the nav screen up. Change those settings there. Just really cool. And then if you have certain media set up, you can even go through all that. If you got a movie set up or something like that, FM, AM, XM. Down here you have your vents here, which you can open and close. And you have 2 12-volt cigarette lighters there. And then you can even fold this seat up. Then you have a USB port. And then you can go right to the back trunk space, which we're going to check out now. Almost forgot to mention, we have lines that you can control either side from one end or the other. And then your memory seat controls there as well. And there's the back end there with your LED tail lamps, dual exhaust. Then we can open the truck from up front, the key fob, or by hitting that button there. And of course, great trunk space. And then over to the passenger side. That's our, I believe, 14-way power passenger seat with power lumbar support. And I'm very surprised with all of the luxury features that Genesis put on this. I mean, this is, some of these features I don't even think Mercedes has. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's under the hood. And there's that 5-liter V8. And now let's check out what we have going on from the driver's seat. And it's crazy how the sound isolation is in here. Just to start out with, it was really loud outside because we're right by the interstate. And as soon as I close the door, it's just immaculate how quiet it is in here. But here we have 2-stage heated steering wheel, leather wrapped. Feels fantastic. And then over to our infotainment system here. There's our navigation screen. We get AM, FM, XM radio, sounds of nature, as well as Bluetooth audio, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. There's our backup camera. There's our forward camera. And then on the right side, you can see that 360 view. And I like how you can either touch the screen or use the knob, which we'll get to in a second. But there's just plenty to do. Scroll through that. So you can mess with your driver assistance, your drive modes, how you want all that to work, the heads-up display, the gauge cluster. So many options. But down here you have the controls for your dual zone automatic climate for the front. And of course all your regular buttons here, so volume, tune, all that. And here we have our shifter. So we have P for park, press up for reverse, down for drive, then you can tap up for neutral, and then all the way up for reverse from there, and press P to park. And we can pull up our camera by hitting this button here. Parking sensors, automatic brake hold, and then we have our drive modes here, which we have 4 of those. Comfort, Sport, Eco, and Custom. And then here's our knob here to control the radio. If you don't want to use the screen, you can do all that here. 3-stage heated and cooled seats for the front as well as the rear. And you can also control that rear window blind from up here as well. And then we have a USB port, and then really nice size wireless phone charger there. And then we can just stow that away. And here we have our center console cubby space and a removable tray as well. There's our power sunroof. one touch. And just take a look at this suede headliner. Feels really nice and it looks great. And there's a view of our back seat from up here. And here's our glove compartment with owner's manuals. They just did a really good job with this car. Over to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our volume controls, trackless radio station controls. We can go through our audio modes. So FM, XM, AM, Bluetooth controls here. And then over here, we have our adaptive cruise controls, so we can adjust the gap. And then these two here for our gauge cluster. And then up here, really nice heads-up display with a lot of info on. I like how they fit it all in there so you can look at your nav while you're also looking at how fast you're going, cruise control, and all of that. So you don't have to switch between the screens like in most other vehicles. There's our push button start there. And last but not least, here's our key fob. But next, it's time to go ahead and take this Genesis G90 all-wheel drive Ultimate out on the road for a quick test drive.
In 900 feet, turn right onto Fortress Boulevard. Turn right onto Fortress Boulevard.
So there's a quick demonstration of the navigation system. So I have it in comfort mode now, and it is very comfortable, which I don't know if that'll change with drive modes. But just a really nice feel, and of course the drive mode itself is very refined. Easy shifts, just luxurious feeling. But we're gonna put it into sport mode. See how it changes up. So you really don't have to give it a lot of throttle to accelerate because this is a 5-liter V8, and even in sport mode, the revs aren't really high. And the shifts are lightning quick, and I really like the sound as well. Let's set this cruise. So that's the adaptive cruise along with the lane keep assist. Really nice, really refined. And then you can even see on the heads-up display how it's showing you the gap. It shows you that you actually have the line set up. You can toggle that on and off. And then the green steering wheel is just telling you that it can see the lines. So really impressive. I'm gonna dial it back into eco mode. And when I hit the eco mode button, the bolsters loosened up around my torso. That's awesome. Let's test out this automatic brake hold. There's that. So as I let my foot off the brake, car still stopped. And this eco mode will probably be good for about 80% of at least my driving, because it still has plenty of power coming out of corners in eco mode, as you can see. But I will say the overall just driving experience of this car, the seats they're fantastic. The steering wheel is fantastic. The steering feel is fantastic. Everything about this car screams German luxury, honestly. Even though you have a Korean made car here, it's really great. It really is. And this ride is fantastic. I think what'll be interesting is, as all these brands start to go electric, what that'll mean for the Genesis brand, because you already see the hybrids in Hyundai and Kia, and then you have a couple of electric cars out of Korea as well. They have pretty decent range, and I think once you're able to put that into something like this, especially when you have the Mercedes EQS coming out pretty soon, which is their all-electric S-Class, it'll be nice to have some competition. And I think Genesis could definitely do that, and they probably will do that in the next at least 5 to 10 years max. But right now, even with this internal combustion engine, you're still getting, I think, 17 city, 25 highway with a 5-liter V8. So the gas mileage definitely is not poor. And I'd actually say it's pretty good for the class. But this is going to bring me to an end of my review of the 2021 Genesis G90 all-wheel drive Ultimate.